witness. So there's just going to be a few of us that have been selected to share, and I believe it's Justin and Betty and Becky and who else was it? Josiah. Okay, so all of us can share a lot, but for the sake of time, just a few of us are going to share. And please, if you want to know more about what happened on the trip, feel free to ask any one of these precious faces that you see up here. All right?
I'd say my favorite part of the trip was the first Sunday that we had there in the Philippines. Our team was split up into about 4 or 5 groups, and we were all sent to different churches. And I was with Judah, Luke, Ethan, and Adam Baden. And we went to the furthest church. It was on a different island. And it was kind of stressful at the beginning because we all had our instruments and everything. And we had to take 2 separate taxis to get there, then a boat ride, and then we had to get on this dirt bike with a cart attached to it. And with all of our instruments, it was just kind of stressful. But we finally got there, and I just remember they had a lady there leading worship. And I just remember looking around and seeing all these people just happy to be there, praising the Lord and dancing and stuff in this very, very hot church. All was just dripping with sweat. And I started thinking back to here how sometimes we think it's too hot, we think it's too cold, it just ruins our whole vibe, and we can't serve the Lord or can't worship the Lord in the way that we need to or want to because of those things. And so it was just really eye-opening. And then also we got to talk to this guy from New Zealand after the service. And we sat down and talked to him for about an hour, and he was telling us about how he had went on a lot of mission trips to the Philippines. And so finally he felt like the Lord was calling him there. So he went back and sold everything he had and just moved there because he felt like that's what the Lord is asking him to do. And so he talked to us about our faith and about our walk with Christ and just encouraged us a lot through that. And then we also got to talk to the pastor and his family, and you could tell they didn't have much money, but after the service they went and killed one of their chickens for us and made a feast for us, and they were just so kind and so nice. So that's my favorite part.
So my favorite part of the trip was our first Saturday there. It was our first full day in the Philippines, and we hosted this back to school bash type thing, and it was this concert, and we performed our dramas for the first time, which was kind of scary because we had worked for 2 months memorizing these crazy dramas, and Michael put us through these intense boot camps. And so we went up on stage, and I was a little nervous because I'd never done anything like this. And I had this really awful mask on that made me look like a balloon. And so I wasn't sure how all these teenagers were going to react to it. But so it starts off, and Anna Bruton comes out, and she's the narrator. And then Josiah Lane and I are the demons, and we jump out, and everyone just starts booing us, and we're like, oh no. But then I started thinking, that's what we want. We want them to be booing the bad people. And then Michael comes out as the, muscly Jesus, which is hilarious. And everyone starts cheering, and we just got this eruption from the crowd, and it was really encouraging because it meant that, all of our hard work meant something to these people. And it really showed them what Jesus did for all of us. And then at the end of that night, Sons went up and was playing songs, and Anna and a few other people, we got a bunch of the other bands to come up to the front in front of the stage, and they all just started dancing, synchronized dancing, and it made no sense to us because we were how did they figure this out? But they were just dancing and singing along to these songs that they had never heard before, and it was just amazing to see these people with so much joy, even though they really didn't have anything. So, yeah.
My name is Betty, and it was an overall great trip. Some wonderful people, young people and adults that went. Filipino people were just wonderful people and friendly, beautiful people. The thing that was most memorable to me was basically the same thing. It's that after months and months of drama training, we had 2 different dramas, but this one in particular was The Champion, and it is very moving, very dynamic.
trip was how the Filipino people just love worship. And it was incredible to see. And a really defining moment was that first Sunday, me and Jeff Skinner went out to teach at church, and Jeff preached, and I shared my testimony. But what really hit me was their worship, and the people would sing and dance, and they got so excited about everything. And it was just really encouraging to me personally to know that the same God that I worship here in the States is the exact same God who is living and active in the Philippines. And it was just incredible to be able to worship with my fellow brothers and sisters.
So real quick, before they have their seats, I just want you to take the microphone and just say your name, your full name, and please, if you don't know one of these guys, after this service over, ask them about the Kodak moment if you have time, because it's really important. Just it helps to drive that in home with us, what God did, as well as can encourage us as a body. So for the sake of time, that's why we didn't have everybody share, but if everybody can just say their full name, and I hope you all grab somebody after the service and ask them. And go ahead, we'll start with you, Justin.
Justin Eads. Judah Walker.
Luke Hill. Ethan Bruton.
Betty Hooper.
Byron Bradshaw.
Becky Skinner.
Josiah Lane. Josiah Walker.
Lisa Bruton.
And also, Adam Beta is not here today, and Jeff Skinner is not here, and Anna Bruton is not here as well. They were on this trip as well. So, but thank you all for your support. Thank you for your prayers. And we know that as we went out, as a church, and that is because you were able to send us, that we were able to be used in the Philippines. So we thank all of you for your support and for sending us as part of this church.